And then there were 8. The divisional round is here, and 8 teams are currently walking in with a shot at the championship. Today, we find ourselves with one of those 4 matches that'll determine who makes it to the conference championship games. And in this one, we find ourselves with a pair of divisional rivals. A matchup we even previously saw some time ago, where Minnesota put up 57. Can they do it again? And this time with the stakes at the highest they've ever been. Folks, get ready for a good one. It's the Vikings, it's the Packers. Yeah, and for the divisional round, and another exciting time for Strat-O-Matic football. Still saving myself for later. Hello folks, Morgoth the Barbarian here, and welcome to the divisional round of our Strat-O-Matic football playthrough. The Minnesota Vikings, as the 5 seed, take on the top-seeded Green Bay Packers in this NFC divisional matchup. And boy, it's going to be a good one. As I've mentioned in the intro, we actually saw both these teams a while ago. Minnesota won both games in this series, but in the second game that we played out, they won 57-35. However, unlike that game, Green Bay has home field this time around, as they are the top seed in the NFC. So, might be a little bit more difficult for Minnesota to, duplicate that, but we'll see what happens in this one. Will we get more explosive fireworks, or are we actually going to get a normal game? Remember, there were also 2 special kickoff returns for TDs, too, as if that game was wacky enough. In fact, I'll even leave a link to that game, just as kind of a reminder. It's right about now. Well, anyways, we'll see how this whole thing ends up. So, enough of me talking. Let's just get right to the game. And as for the results for this round, I will do that at the end of the video, just like last time. And thus, we will have our conference championship matchups. In fact, I already know who the winner of these teams, of this game, who their opponent is going to be. I'll unveil that at the end of the video. So, let me a minute to get set up, and we'll be off and running. Alright, so unlike in our last matchup, the teams have reversed roles. Minnesota is now the away team, being in red, and Green Bay is the home team in this time in green, which is actually appropriate considering their team colors are green, so funny how that worked out. Nice. So with that being said, it's now Minnesota's turn to decide what's going on here. So in the opening kickoff, they will call evens. And would you look at that? They get evens. You know what? Green Bay can have the ball first. They decide to defer to the second half, so Green Bay will come at it. And here we go. Let's start this playoff game right. Hopefully. Oh, look at that touchback. Well, isn't that wonderful? All right, good. Good. No shenanigans right off the bat. All right, Green Bay's starting lineup. Both teams are coming in good on the offensive side. Minnesota has a couple injuries, one on their line and one of their safeties. But otherwise, we got full strength lineups right now. So here's Green Bay's in all their glory. Romeo Doubs is the split. Alan Lazard is the flanker. Aaron Jones is the running back. Robert Tonyan is in at tight end. Okay, I made a little bit of an error right off the bat. Good job, me. It's Christian Watson is the split. Romeo Doubs is the slot/fullback. Apologies for goofing that up. And Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback here. Reminder, he did not, and as of this version, he has not been traded to the Jets yet. I mean, okay, all right. Well, enough Dolphins bias. I mean, before anybody gets any weird ideas, okay? All right, let's start us off correctly, and you know what? Sure, why not? I'm going to start with a pass. 1st and 10. Why not? 4 on a flat. And I'm already breaking out interception rolls. That was quick. I mean, nothing happens, but that's just funny how that works out. Green Bay was looking for Christian Watson, by the way, on a related note, and Rodgers could not find him. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. I'll run it with Aaron Jones. I can tell you that right now. 5. And now we have a fumble roll. Oh, this is getting weird. 7 through 10, this is good. And it is a fumble! But it's picked up by the Packers. Okay, crisis averted, but this is now... Okay, so we had an interception roll and a fumble roll. Wow, we're really off to a great start, apparently. Good grief. And it was Jonathan Bullard that forced that fumble. But again, thankfully, Green Bay recovered it, so... A very rocky start there. It is still 3rd and 8 nevertheless, so we'll see what we can do. I'm kind of missing a dice, aren't I? Oh boy, hold please. Alright, now I'm the one off to a great start because I'm now misplacing dice right in front of me. Good job. I'll be okay, everyone. I can't say the same about Green Bay as their short pass is incomplete. And Rodgers was looking for Alan Lazard this time and found nothing. So it's punt time, I'm afraid. Well, that was a quick 3 and out. My goodness. Fun times, eh? 42-yard punt. Oh, that's just wonderful. Of course. Anyways. Don't need to complain about that on air. Oh, what on earth is this? Is this a touchdown? No, it's a 25-yard return by Jalen Reagor. Okay, never mind. I got excited all for nothing. So it was a 42-yard punt, and Jalen Reagor busts out the maximum return of 25. My goodness, so Minnesota will have it on Green Bay's 44. This is excellent field position, if I do say so myself. Wow, wow, wow. Oh my goodness, Minnesota may end up putting up 57 after all. All right. Quick 3 and out from the Packers, and now it's the time to introduce the Vikings starting lineup. Again, no injuries to report of, except to their offensive line and safety. Adam Thielen is the flanker. Dalvin Cook is the running back. T.J. Hockenson is at tight end. Justin Jefferson is the split. I thought I had somebody else. Unless it really is Jalen Reagor. Oh, where's K.J. Osborne? I know who it is. There's K.J. Osborne. I was just going to say he's the split/flanker. The slot/fullback, excuse me. And of course, Kirk Cousins is the quarterback. There we go. I know we had an injury to Osborne in the last game, but he's fine. All right, 1st and 10, and they're going to start with a flat pass, too. Because why not? Green Bay kind of is going to play the run for right now. Okay. 1st and 10. 9 on a flat. To Thielen, guessed wrong. That's us. Nothing because it's incomplete. Oof. Cousins looked for Thielen and found, and he failed all right. Oh, no, there's an S at the end, buddy. All right, there we go. A little slow on that. All right, 2nd and 10. 4 on an off tackle. Dalvin Cook gets only a yard. Oh, boy. Vikings are starting off exactly the same way the Packers did. This is kind of weird. All right, 3rd and 9. Let's look for Jefferson on a short. The result is absolutely nothing. So the Vikings basically did the exact same thing the Packers did. That does not figure. Now hold on, we might be able to kick a field goal here, and sure enough we can. We are in Greg Joseph's range, but barely. 4th and 9. Screw it, I'm going for it. Oh, you really thought I was gonna do it? No. 4th and 9, I'm going for it. Why not? I mean, Greg Joseph could make a 60-yarder, but no. We'll pretend like the Lambeau conditions are a little bit too harsh. 3 on a short, and the drive ends with a sack. How poetic. Dean Lowry sacks Kirk Cousins for an 8-yard loss and kills the drive literally right then and there. And sure enough, Green Bay finds itself with pristine field position right at the Minnesota 49, right after their offense can't do anything either, so both teams just traded 3 and outs. That's just wonderful. So we're already off to a great start, everyone. But good to know the defenses are actually going to be showing up this game, unlike the last time. So hey, we'll take it. We'll take it, okay? In the meantime, I believe I'm going to be speeding up this video right about... Wait for it. How about now? I think I spoke too soon, everyone, because now Green Bay has finally found themselves in the red zone. Well then, 1st and 10. Aaron Jones's next carry gets him 6. So nice 6-yard gain for him. 2nd and 10. I'm 4. I'm going to flat it to him this time. 11 on a flat. Oh, we got an interception roll, but at least it's guessed incorrectly. 2-3 or a 12. That was very, very close. The defender had caught it, but then dropped it. Whew. Green Bay dodges one there. That was very close to being a pick. All right, 3rd and 4. 8 on a flat to Romeo Doubs. Guessed correctly this time, and nope, incomplete. Rodgers was looking for Romeo Doubs, and he found nothing. That brings up a 4th and 4. Call the kicker. 31 yards from Mason Crosby here. Is up and 13 for 22. Ooh, he just made it. It's good as it doinks off the crossbar and goes in. But thankfully, it still counts, so Mason Crosby is good, and the Packers strike first. As it's now 3-0 Packers with 9:45 remaining in the first quarter. So finally get some offense, but no touchdown thereafter. So a little bit of a calm one to start us off. Okay, I mean, much different than the last time. Why not? Why not? 1st and 10. We're going to take a shot in the end zone. Minnesota doesn't see it. 9. Touchdown! It's a long game, but well, the minimum I can roll on that is 35, and we need 21. So, whoop, there it is. 21-yard connection to Alan Lazard for the TD. Nice. Love it when a plan comes together. Extra point from Mason Crosby is good. Alrighty. Excellent. So the Packers get the game's first touchdown on a long 21-yard strike from Rodgers to Alan Lazard. And that puts the Packers up 10-0. Vikings, you're already without your quarterback. You guys are now in really big trouble. Oh boy, this is going to be a rough one, isn't it? Oh boy, here's hoping it's not over too soon. He's kicking off. Okay, we're back. Whoa! I suppose I should probably kick a field goal. Not what I want to be doing here, but, I need some points. 2 through 6 or a 12 from this range from Greg Joseph. 52-yarder is up, and... oh, he makes it. Yes! He bangs it off the crossbar. But it goes in, so it works. So Greg Joseph hits from 52 yards out, and the Vikings do get on the board, thankfully. Whew. Okay, so it is now 10-3 in favor of the Packers, but at least Minnesota has some points to show for things, with a little over a minute remaining in the first period. On a long ball. Long gain? Are you kidding me? Wow, very poor. Well, that's your problem. So the Vikings gave up a long gain. There is a potential penalty, so hold on to something. So hold on. Let me roll for the yardage. Uh-oh. I think we have a touchdown. Yes, but what's the penalty? Nothing! Touchdown! No flag! It's a 52-yard bomb to Alan Lazard that goes in for 6. Oh my goodness! Wow! What a play! Alan Lazard catching his second long TD of the day. Just like that. Let's roll that extra point. It's good. Wow, wow, and even more wow. Minnesota gives up a long one to Alan Lazard yet again. And just like that, the Packers find themselves up by 2 TDs. 17-3 in favor of the home team. Wow, that is the absolute worst case. This is absolutely going there as bad as it can get for the Vikings right now. Oh, man. Not good. Not good at all. Vikings need to do something or this could turn ugly really fast. First and 10 again. 5 on a line buck. Uh-oh. 2 through 4, 11 or 12. And that is 11, which means it's a fumble. And the the Packers get it at the 44. No, Alexander Madison. Oh, I brought you in to relieve Cook, and instead you do that. Oh. So the Packers actually force a fumble, and they do get it. It is going to be Jerron Reed that forces the fumble, and Preston Smith will get credit for the recovery, I'm going to say. Oh, dang it. And unfortunately, Minnesota turns the ball over. They were getting good in the Green Bay territory too, and then that decided to happen. Ugh. Go figure. Madison had a nice run, one play, and then the very next one he says, "Ugh," and coughs it up. Green Bay just keeps on rolling here. It's a 1st and 10 from the 15. 4 on a flat. And the Tanyan only gets 4, but it's still a completion nonetheless. So it'll be 2nd and 6 coming up here. Oh, we'll run it with Jones. Vikings don't play this, but they still give up only a yard nevertheless to Aaron Jones. All right, 3rd and 6. Excuse me, 5. They can get to the 5 without scoring. Okay, long story short, they just need to get to the 5 to keep this drive going. 10 to score. 9 on a flat. We have a penalty too. Dobbs will not catch and get any yardage unless... no, they won't get any yardage because there's no penalty. Incomplete. They were looking for Dobbs on that one, and they found nothing. We have a 4th and 5 here. I'm up by 2. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going for it. I'm going to be cocky and go for it here. 4th and 5. Let's try Watson. 6 on a flat. Good call because it's a short gain, which means 1st down and touchdown. He would have gotten 16, but 10 will work just as much. Green Bay converts to 4th and 5. And it gets him a 10-yard TD pass to Christian Watson. Very nicely done there. Watson catches his first touchdown of the game. Extra point, meanwhile, is good? It's an 11. That would have been the issue, but that's not an 11. That's a 12, which is fine somehow. Oh, man. So there you go. Aaron Rodgers with a 10-yard TD completion on 4th and 5 to Christian Watson. Folks, this is quickly turning into a blowout. We have a 24-3 game. It is not looking good for the Vikings one bit. Oh, man, this is looking really bad. Vikings need to do something and preferably get a touchdown before the half, or this is going to be ugly. It should be noted that Green Bay gets the second half kickoff, so this could go from bad to really bad. Oh boy. Oh boy. Screw it. I'm like, wait a minute. You know what? I'll punt. All right. Let's not overthink this. Oh, man. That's going to hurt. It's a 47-yard punt to the 2. Returned for a gain of... Oh, we have 2 penalty rolls. Oh, this is fun. It's a fair catch from the 13 if it stands. Hold on a minute. Let's start with Green Bay's penalty roll first. Opponent number 2. What's Minnesota's? Uh-oh. Opponent number 2. Oh, that's not good. This could be a 1st down. This could be a 1st down. It is running into the kicker, Minnesota. 5-yard penalty, automatic 1st down. Would have been an automatic 1st down on the yardage by itself, but in this case, yeah. All right, so Green Bay is keeping the ball. There's 1:52 remaining as we pick this back up, and unfortunately, now we get a new set of downs for Minnesota, for the Green Packers, excuse me. 1st and 10. So much for that. Short gain for Robert Tonyan on the first pass. That's just wonderful. And he gets 19, even more wonderful, first down. And he even goes out of bounds as an added bonus, so yeah, 36. That was definitely a play. Oh no. Rodgers is just destroying them. Wait until you see his first half stats. He's just destroying the Vikings right now. 1st and 10. 9 on a flat. Receiver Dobbs gets nothing. Incomplete. All right, whatever. 2nd and 10. Well, they had it on a pass. I meant to do that. Well, anyways, they don't see this one coming either in a way. 3 and an off tackle. Oh, dear. Yeah, that's what I thought. Short gain, first down. Jones picks up 14 to the 22. And they're actually going to let this go down a little bit further. So they'll bring it down to 117, but it's a first down nevertheless. So 1st and 10. The 22 here. They're going to run it for some reason. I think they're trying to get the Vikings to use their timeouts. Uh-oh. Fortunately, they guessed wrong, so it's only 2 through 5. This is a problem. Well, that is a 5, so it's a fumble. Hey, guess what? The Vikings don't get it again. Oh, and Green Bay is using a timeout after that. That is the 3rd time Aaron Jones has fumbled. Okay, it's not him. It's the 1st time Danielle Hunter is forced to fumble. If that was Bullard again, that would have been funny. But yet it is the 3rd time the Packers have recovered said fumble. What? Okay, Aaron Jones has fumble fingers, but fortunately not one of these has been lost. Oh, and they called the timeout too, in case you couldn't tell too. That's their first. It's 2nd and 10. 7 on a flat. This only gets 5. That was to Tonyan as he steps out. So that brings us to 3rd and 5 this time. There are 52 seconds remaining, by the way. 10 on a flat. Nothing's there. Incomplete. We're looking for Watson, and Rodgers couldn't find anything. 4th and 5. You know what? I'm taking the points. Close enough. Crosby from 34. Uh-oh, not this again. Wait, okay. 13 to 22. Well, first off, the field goal is good, but what's the penalty? Offsetting penalties. Guess what? Do it again. And even better, the time just went further. Do it again! Another penalty run. Okay, the field goal is good again, but what's the penalty? Offsides. So guess what? That field goal attempt never happened. Never even happened, and it's from 5 yards even further out. Oh, this is just going great. Ugh. By the way, it's 4th and 10 for reference. Okay, nothing. There's nothing on the card. It's good. Jeez, 3rd time's the charm, I guess. Oh, so Crosby had to make 2 field goals. 3 if you technically count the false start. But hey, like I said, 3rd time's the charm. He makes it. That's his 2nd of the day, and it's 27-3 in favor of Green Bay. Okay, everything's fine. Minnesota kick it off. Green Bay kick it off. Oh, that's just wonderful. That's just wonderful. From the 5. From the 5, the number 2 back is getting 26. So they'll start at the 31, but what's the penalty roll? Nothing. Okay, that's awesome. Actually helps. There's unfortunately only 15 seconds remaining as I'm looking at this right now. I might as well at least try one to see what we can do here, but I don't know if it'll work or not. I'm forced into a long pass to Justin Jefferson, 1st and 10. Don't worry, I'm using this, but that's only because Green Bay gets the ball in the second half. I know what I'm doing. I know I've got the wrong things, but, you know, it is what it is. 1st and 10, I'll try one long pass to Jefferson and see what happens. That worked out about as well as it should have, but because it's a sack, and Minnesota will just let the clock run out. There's no point in trying. It's a sack. Who got it for Green Bay? Jerron Reed, that's who. So the half ends with a sack of Nick Mullins, and yeah, that was a disaster of a half for the Green Bay Packers. And even worse, it's only 27-3. If it was 28-3, I would have some worries, but unfortunately Green Bay was smart enough not to score one more point. Remember I said Rodgers was having a good game for that half? Yeah, he is single-handedly killing the Vikings. 228, 3 TDs at the half. That's really bad defense. Jones with the 3 fumbles. None of them were fortunately recovered. Lazard has the 2 TDs and 100-plus yards, 127. Watson has the 3rd one. And I mentioned 3 sacks for the Green Bay defense and a fumble recovery. So this is what it looks like on Minnesota's end, as I had 10 more points. Mullins is 5 for 10 for 54 yards. Cousins didn't even get a positive yardage before he got injured. Again, he is done for this game and basically the rest of this playthrough, which stinks. Cook has been held in check. Jefferson's been held in check. That's basically been the story of this game, and there's your fumbles, no turnovers. There's 2 sacks, but there's the story of the game. The Green Bay defense dominating. Mullins has done nothing. Cook has done nothing. Jefferson's done nothing. Hawkinson's done nothing. Nobody's done anything, and this has basically been the story of this half. So if the Vikings want any shot at this, they're going to need to figure something out really fast, or else they are in deep trouble. Unfortunately, Green Bay gets the second half kickoff, so it's now about to go from bad to worse. Oh, boy. All right. Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. I misspoke multiple times. I kept saying Green Bay gets the first half kickoff. Minnesota let Green Bay have it. That's right. So actually, Minnesota gets the first half, second half kickoff. Oopsies. No, close enough. Anyways, Minnesota just kick off. 4th and 5, field goals are not going to cut it anymore. I got to go for it. I have to go for it. 4th and 5. No, excuse me, 4th and 6. I lied. 4th and 6. No, it doesn't work. It's only 5 yards. What's the penalty, though? The penalty is that Minnesota turns it over on downs. Yeah, that there was no penalty, I'm afraid. Jefferson catches it, but can only get 5 of the 6 yards he needed on that one. And alas, Green Bay will get the ball at the 24. Green Bay's defense once again shows up at the exact moment it's supposed to. And Minnesota, I'm afraid, is out of luck. Hate to see it, but alas, that's how this drive ends. They tried for it on 4th and 6 and couldn't make the conversion. All right, Green Bay. Well, make them pay. That's all I got to say. Oh, that's gonna leave a mark. Okay, an incompletion to Romeo Doubs, number 1. Number 2, we have an injury. It's going to be 4th down. Number 3, we have an injury roll. And Aaron Jones is down for this game and the next one. So goodbye, Aaron Jones, I'm afraid. Ouch. So Aaron Jones, I'm afraid, is out for this game and the remainder and the next one. I'm afraid that means A.J. Dillon is going to have to do the running back duties from this point forward, with Patrick Taylor possibly making an appearance thereafter. Where is A.J. Dillon? Where is he? There he is. It's also 4th and 9 in an unrelated note, so field goal time it is. Okay, that's how many rolls in a row we've done that? 4? Jeez. All right. Meanwhile, the field goal is good, but what is his penalty? The opponent was offsides, and I'm actually going to accept it. Because that now brings up a 4th and 1, and now I'm going to go for it. Okay, we are going to go for it all of a sudden. That changes my thinking a lot. 4th and 1, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're up by a lot. Why the heck not? A.J. Dillon, let's see what you can do. Good call, because A.J. Dillon just got 9 yards in the first. So that penalty ends up being the difference. You've got to be kidding me. Nothing can go right for the Minnesota Vikings today. And I mean absolutely nothing. Wow. 1st and goal to go from the 10. Dillon to take this run. 5. That's exactly how I feel about this. Uh-oh, is he fumbling this? 2 through 6, 11, or 12. He is. It's a fumble. Oh, there's a penalty. Vikings get it. Vikings get it. Number 6, though. Wait a minute. Illegal procedure. Does the penalty come first? Hold on a minute. One moment, please. Hey, guess what? The fumble doesn't count because it's a false start. That's essentially what illegal procedure is. So that play never even happened. Dillon never fumbled, and the Vikings are left with a first out of luck. Meanwhile, it's 1st and goal to go from the 15, so there is still that matter, but yeah, the Vikings get screwed over by a penalty. Doesn't that go figure? Hate to see it. Meanwhile, it's an incomplete pass. Wait a minute. Another penalty roll. The rest are just, well, never mind. It's an incomplete pass. You were looking for Dobbs on that one. Yeah, unfortunately, that sucked. All right. 1st, 2nd, and goal to go from the 15. Dillon is going to carry the ball for a 2-yard loss. All right, good to see that they're going in the absolute wrong direction. Green Bay is. That's not what's supposed to happen. 3rd down. Screw it. Alan Lazard out there somewhere. 3rd down and goal to go from the 17. Oh, no. Touchdown. It's a long gainer. Vikings can't even catch one break, you know. It's also Alan Lazard who catches it for the 3rd time today. Vikings cannot catch any breaks whatsoever. This is just going from bad to worse to, let's call it thermonuclear at this point. The extra point is good, and the Packers are now turning this into a rout. It's 34-3. Guys, gals, everybody else, Vikings don't score here, I'm turning the lights out on this game. We're not going on any further. Yeah, didn't expect to be thinking about doing this, but alas, here we are. So if the Vikings do not score this drive, I am turning the lights out on this game. So with 6.5 minutes left. That's going to be fun. All right. I mean, this is overall hopeless, but we'll see what happens. 7 on the flat. Incomplete. All right, 4th down. We have no choice but to go for this. This is it. This is essentially for the game. 4th and 5. 11 on the flat. Ball game. Once again, somebody on the Vikings catches it. And once again, they are 1 yard short of the 1st down as Phelan only gets 4 yards. I'm calling game at that point. It's a turnover on downs. That is GG's for us. I'm not going to draw this out any longer than it absolutely has to be. So I'm going to call the game right there. I'm going to simulate this out. And hopefully nothing else happens. So with that being said, you go there. And what's the final result, y'all? Well, as you might expect, we had a garbage time touchdown. And it's actually kind of funny because Dalvin Cook, it happened on a Dalvin Cook 80-yard TD pass where Green Bay's defense apparently fell asleep. But other than that, nothing else happened, and the Vikings never got anywhere close. It ends up being a 34-10 victory for the Packers, and they move on. For the Packers, Aaron Rodgers just absolutely dominated. 4 TD passes, 285 of passing. He didn't need to do too much in the second half. Aaron Jones, decent game before he got knocked out. He will not be available for the next game. A.J. Dillon, that's a little bit worrisome going into the NFC title game. We mentioned Allen Lazard had an absolutely brilliant game. 9, 150, and 3 TDs. Watson caught the other one. Mason Crosby was busy. And the Green Bay defense did their job. 4 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, one of them picked up. It was brilliant for them. For the Vikings, their good season comes to an end. I mentioned Kirk Cousins got injured on basically the first drive of the game. Nick Mullins tried his hardest, but, it didn't work out. Although that 80-yard TD inflated his numbers. I could say the same for Dalvin Cook, who just couldn't run the football, but that 80-yard pass completion helped his numbers. Throw that out, and he did pretty bad. Otherwise, nobody on this team did any good. And I mean any good. The defense tried, but alas, Minnesota, their brilliant season comes to an end. And for the Packers, they will now move on and host somebody. Who is that somebody, you ask? Well, let's find out right about now. Roll that footage. So, as you just saw, Green Bay advances, and their opponent is the Commanders? I mean, look, Washington's done pretty surprising this season, but yeah, I mean, that's what happens when your defense forces a lot of turnovers. Ask the Rams how that worked out. But yes, Commanders and Packers, in the NFC title game. And on the other side, the Dolphins end up advancing, and they will face the Raiders out of the AFC West. Say what you want about, hometown homer shenanigans, but whatever. That's just how it ended up, I swear. So, here's the deal. Next week, I'm going to roll out both of those games. As Kevin Harlan once said in this situation, I'm calling both games! Yeah, you get 2 for the price of 1, everybody. So here's the deal. Saturday, we will roll out Raiders-Dolphins. You will see that released on the channel on Saturday. Sunday, Commanders-Packers will be happening. The winners of both those games will face each other in our Super Bowl. That will happen the Sunday afterwards, and as I stated, we're doing it live, pal. 10 a.m. Eastern, live streaming right here. Don't miss it. And just as a side note, whoever ends up with the better record is the home team. So if the Packers win their game, they get the host. Otherwise, it goes to the Dolphins. And if for some reason the road teams win and we get all-out anarchy, I believe the Raiders would host as a result of getting the better conference record. Non-conference record is how I have the tiebreakers set up. Oh, isn't that wonderful? They both have the same... Oh, well, I'm sure I'll figure out who gets it. It may end up being... I'm just going to say, since the Raiders are hosting the Super Bowl for real, they get the third crack. So, sorry, Washington, you get nothing. Oh, well, that's just the way it ends up being, okay? But yes, whatever happens, we're still doing it live. 2 Sundays from now, 10 a.m. Eastern. Be there, or I don't know what to tell you. It's going to be all sorts of fun. And then whatever happens in the actual Super Bowl will be what happens the week following, which could be one of 4 possible matchups in our timeline, depending on how this week's game's going. So we'll see about that. And then Loser Cup begins the week following. So good times coming up ahead. So hope you guys are excited for some more football. Yeah, we still got to save ourselves for the title game there. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Those buttons on the bottom, please hit them on the way out. Much appreciated. Not the one that has the thumbs down, the thumbs up. If I find out if whoever it is, I'll come after you. Thank you for watching. And I will see you on the next one. Peace out, y'all.